Hello. Today I am on to teach you a little bit about Family Search and some of the tabs and what these tabs offer us in Family Search. There's a lot in Family Search that people don't realize that we have access to. So I'm going to start off with my grandmother. I'm in my tree and I click her name, and to open up her profile, you can click her name or you come down here and click person. Either way, it will open up her profile, which will give all kinds of information about her. So this is my maternal grandmother, and I want to show you there's multiple tabs, multiple tab lines. Today I want to talk about this tab line, okay? So right now we are on details. This gives information about my grandmother, her vitals, christening, other information. My grandmother has been married many times, so that's where you put in the alternate names when she has been married multiple times. And then her family. So if I go to the next tab is timeline. In timeline, this is a really cool spot to visit because Family Search has taken your family or your relatives' details. They put it in a timeline, but then they also added history to it, which is super cool. And it kind of gives you a really good idea when your ancestor lived. So if I scroll down, you can see right here, my grandmother was born in 1933. And then you can see at age 15, there was a Texas drought that she might have been a part of. Then she married my grandfather. There was a treaty, and then it starts going through her children who were born. And then there's right to serve on juries. And if you go all the way down, it talks about all her children, the assassination of President Kennedy, and it goes through that, which is super cool because it really makes your relatives real, especially during a certain period of time. Okay, so the next tab is, I'm going to go back right here to sources. Sources are things that we attach to our family members to prove that they are our family members. Documents such as birth certificates, marriage certificates, driver's license. I have a picture of my grandmother's driver's license, Social Security, death index, or birth index, which are both really great. Not birth index, it's application, Social Security application index. Now, some sources, if you look over to the right, you can see who contributed these sources. You can see most of them are me. Now, I actually have this source. This is a source that is actually my Uncle Joey and his wife Judy's marriage license. Now, my grandmother is on that license, and you can see that I did not add that. That is not my name. I am actually going to remove that because for me, the source should be about the person it's attached to. This is my Uncle Joey's source. Even though my grandmother's listed in it, if you do that, you're going to have hundreds of sources that are attached to people where it's not their direct source. The only time that I would attach a source that is a distant source of a person is if it's the only source you can find to attach this person to your family. Clearly, I have a lot of sources about my grandmother. I don't need this second party source. So this source I would get rid of, but I'm not going to do that right now. Now, the next tab is called Collaborate. This is really interesting. This is a time where people who put stuff onto trees can talk to you and leave you notes. Now, I wanted to find one, so I was prepared. So I'm going down my tree a little bit. I want to show you that you can just one click on a name, and this little index card comes up, and it gives you a bunch of information. And right here it says sources, memories, and collaborate. There's 0, but it gives you a lot of information. Now, if I go on this grandfather, it gives you his birth, where he's born, where he died, but right here it says collaborate. That's super interesting. If you click that, it will open up the collaborate section of his profile. And this is a place where people can add kind of large amounts of information instead of breaking it up. And a lot of times this information comes out of family history books, maybe found in a library or things like this. So I'm clicking one of the discussions, and look at all this information that's in here. Yes, that may be in the details, but I can see that this probably came out of a book somewhere. What's super cool is if I have any questions, I can always contact the person who attached this source. Super cool. So I'm going to go back to my grandmother and I want to show you where memories. Memories are the pieces of information, pictures and documents that we personally put in for our family members, and they are also sources. But they're labeled memories because, you know, a photograph isn't really a source. However, it can connect people and show you that people were together. So I want to show you Family Search does tagging kind of like Facebook. They didn't used to do this. This was super cool. And you can see all these names pop up. And so if I hover over my uncles, their names pop up. And there's a list of all the people in the photograph right here on the right. So if I'm like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, that's my Uncle Felix. Well, I can go over here to my Uncle Felix, click on him, and go to his profile and work on him. Super cool. Okay, so I want to go back to my grandmother's profile page because a lot of times people do a lot of their family tree and they just want a piece of paper to print out to show their family members or to share with their family members who may not be able to get on the internet. I want to show you how you can do this. So I'm in the details tab of my grandmother. If you look over here on the right, I'll cover a lot of these things in other videos, but today I want to show you one thing. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see right here, it says print. Click pedigree, and you can click multiple charts. Check them out. There's 3 different charts you can choose from. This is a very traditional chart, and it's super easy to read. You can print any chart on any person in your tree. You click it open, and the first person you can see, number 1, is my grandmother. And it shows her line going back 4 generations. Now, if I wanted this person, Estefany Tamayo, I can click on her and do her 4 generations. So you can do this for anybody you want. And then you go right up here to the right-hand corner and you click print. And you can print out paper chart pedigrees for your family. It's also a great way to see where I need work. I definitely need some work right here on Alejandro Salinas, and I really need some work on my great-grandfather Walter Henry. So it's just another tool that we have in Family Search. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will gladly answer them for you.